guys, so this is a video that I thought I would do. I've already done, do I think the Wii U is a dead console to me, so I thought this one would be a good one as well. So this video is out of my Wii U collection, what games do I think or hope that Nintendo will port, or what games initially do I think are pretty much we've seen the end of the day of and we're probably not going to see of again for a very long time. So without further ado, I'm going to go through my Wii U games. I have a decent amount of Wii U games, I believe, so I don't think they're too bad, so we will go with what we have here as well. So first Wii U game I have is this one, Splatoon. So this one's a really easy one to start off with. We've already seen Splatoon 2, so, and if you haven't played it, it is amazing and so much fun, and I do wish I'd played the Wii U version a lot more than what I actually did, but we've already been given one of those. So the next one we've got is Zombie U. So to be completely honest, Zombie U sold quite well. Originally it was only on the Wii U, obviously as you can guess by the title in the name. It was the big hype to sell the console. To be quite honest with you, it was one of those big staple games, but unfortunately it just hasn't aged well. So you can actually get this now, I'm pretty sure, on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I kind of wouldn't put it past them to put on like the eShop for like £5, £10. You know, at the end of the day, there are going to be people that haven't played it that do buy it, and then they'll make some more of their money back. But I'm pretty sure this game sold reasonably well, and considering this game has now been ported to other consoles apart from which are not Nintendo based, it's not too bad. So for that reason, I think that's a maybe for the eShop, but other than that, I really don't think they're going to be doing much with this game. So the next one I have is Captain Toad. So this one I would love to see ported on to the Nintendo Switch. I do think they would have to do a lot of work when it comes to this game, so they would have to do a lot of the mechanics. You know, this game is, you know, there are some touchscreen elements to this game. Other than that though, I don't think it'd be too difficult, and to be honest with you, I think in regards to this game there's a lot of handheld movement which is already built into the Nintendo Switch. So when you're playing Splatoon, for instance, and this isn't a spoiler, you kind of can move the console just like you can with the new Nintendo Switch Pro controller. So I do think this one would be quite good on the Nintendo Switch. You would be able to stand there and kind of, almost like they did with some of the games on the 3DS, you'd be able to like move around and see what was around. So I think this one would be really good, and I really hope this one does get ported, or even we get maybe a Toad Treasure Tracker 2. That would be awesome just as much. So the next one we got is Hyrule Warriors. So this one was one of my favourites. I liked the classic mode mixed in with a bit of the hack and slash mode. I think this one could be a really good one for Nintendo to port on the Switch. I think it would be fun. I think it adds more elements to it. It also brings another kind of Link and Zelda kind of world to the Switch. They've already sold so well on the Zelda game that they've put out on the Switch. I think this one would be even better if they did a few little add-ons and a little extra bits. They could also add bits from that game into this one and perhaps make a second one with a lot more games in it. So yeah, this one would definitely be good. So the next one we have is Game & Wario. So this is part of the Wario World series. These are some of my all-time favourite games, and I think this one would do amazingly well on the Switch. I think this would do better than 1-2 Switch, which I know you're going to go, well, of course, that didn't do massively well, but To be completely honest with you, 1-2 Switch has sold remarkably well. It is kind of like the staple game that most parents buy because it's easy and it's got more than one player pretty much. So when it comes to like games like this, these are awesome. So this game, if you have never played one of these in the series, is pretty much an odds and sods game. So they mix loads of random bits together, loads of mini games together, and you get to play them. They can be anything from as silly as pick someone's nose hair to balance plates to racing a car. They're really fun and they normally range between 1 and 5 players, with obviously thinking about obviously the Joy-Cons for the Switch, then you're gonna also automatically probably be able to have at least 8 players like Mario Kart does. So that would encourage people to buy more controllers, which means more money in Nintendo's pocket. I think they would definitely, or they should definitely do this one, if not just to go on the Nintendo eShop would be good for them. They'd recuperate some of their money back. I don't think this game sells massively well, but I don't think a lot of people know what it is. I think when they see Wario's face, they automatically think it's maybe a Wario World or something like that along those lines. But this is amazing and perfectly good for kids. If you've got young children, this is amazing. I would definitely highly recommend it. So the next game you have is a pretty similar one. So this is Nintendo Land. So Nintendo Land, I think, if we're honest, Nintendo does a port of one of these pretty much on every console they have. So I would be 9 out of 10%, sure that they are going to do a port of this on their console. They've got nothing to lose in the long run. They can pretty much pick whatever games they want out of this, maybe add a few new ones, swap a few round, and people would buy it. It's pretty simple and they can put it up on their eShop for pretty cheap and get it out pretty cheap as well, with most of the games already being made. So when it comes to that, I think this one being a port, they're very likely to do. Again, I would say maybe a 9 out of 10, very likely to get a port of this. I'd be very happy and I would play it to death as well. So the next one we've got is Super Mario 3D World. That is the limited edition, or when I say limited edition, I mean it is subject to the Wii U only. In the long run, this sold incredibly well, so you've got to think of all the people that pretty much had the Wii U console probably had this game in the long run. In that end, I would say I would love to see this because I have completed this 100% on the Switch console, but the likelihood of it happening is pretty much slim to none. I think in regards to Odyssey coming out, they're not going to release 2 Mario games simultaneously together because it would affect one or affect the other. So if they did do this one, I think it would be a fair few years down the line and it would just be to fill out their library maybe. But it is a shame because this game is amazing and I think everyone should play it, even just for the cat suit and to wiggle your bum, because that's what you do, and I swear I did that for like 20 minutes when I first played this. Pretty much. So the next game, which I would absolutely love to be on the Nintendo Switch, even a port of it, yeah, I just think the controls would be so much better, is this. So this is Project Zero. So this one is subject to the Wii U, the Wii U only. Unfortunately, Project Zero does have a very big cult following. So it is one of those games that sells out completely. For some reason, Nintendo only did it in this limited edition pack that cost me, I didn't obviously get this, I wasn't lucky enough to get this when it actually released, so I had to buy this what was brand new but off of eBay, and this cost me, I believe, £90 when it was originally 70, and then now it goes for silly money. Project Zero is one of my favourite series. I absolutely adore it. Even the original games of this series before it was released on Nintendo consoles were released on multiple platforms. They were released on PlayStation 2, they were released on the original Xbox, they were released on the Wii U. But unfortunately, this one has only seen a release on the Wii U. I think if this got released on the Switch, it would help widen the broad amount of people that know about it, this little circle of people that know about it would be so much more, and we could expand and then hopefully get so many more of these games. If you've never played a Project Zero game, I am hopefully putting a full playthrough of the first one, which is on PlayStation 2 and Xbox One, on PlayStation 2, sorry, Xbox One, the original Xbox, up hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But this is an amazing game, and I would love to see a port, even just to the eShop, because if it goes to the eShop, then I can download it and then sit there and take it with me and play it. It's such a good game. Really enjoy it. So the next one we've got is this one. This is Star Fox Zero. So the only reason that I'm generally keeping this is because I have the pretty box, and this says first print edition on the box, and it comes with everything. It comes with the steel box, it comes with the game, and it comes with the separate mini game. But yeah, this is not going to get a port. This did absolutely terrible. If it was up to me, I wouldn't be keeping this, but I'm just keeping it for the sake of it. Yeah, I doubt this will ever get a port. I doubt we'll get another Star Fox game unless on the mini SNES the Star Fox 2 does any better, and then if they do, it's not going to be this game, it's going to be a completely different one. So yeah, the likelihood of this one, I'm going to say like a 2, and that is being modest. So the next one we have, which again I would love if it got ported, would be this one. So this is Bayonetta 1 and 2, and originally this is the only way you could actually get Bayonetta 1 on the Wii U, was to bring in this pack. Unfortunately, a lot of people have thrown away this pack and split the games, which is sad times, but Bayonetta has another cult following. It's an amazing game, even just for her costumes, her flamboyantness. She reminds me a little bit of Ada out of Resident Evil. She's amazing. Just even the fight modes and the scenes in this are so good. I can really see them making a port of this. It would be so recommended. I just absolutely adore this game, and would, even if it came to the eShop, but I think getting a port to the console would be at least about an 8 or a 9. I'm really hoping that will happen, but fingers crossed. So the next one we have is this one. So this is Yoshi's Woolly World. So we've already seen this on Nintendo Wii U, when we've also seen this recently released on the 3DS. For that reason only, I think this isn't going to be ported to the Switch. It's kind of had its moment. I think, you know, they've milked it for what it's worth. You can get the Amiibos, you can even get a Poochie Amiibo with it. Yeah, I definitely think this one's, I would really doubt if this one got ported to the Switch. It's just one of those things. I would probably play it, I think maybe in a few years time, once they've created a few other games in the library, they would probably get this one added to the roster. But I think maybe they'd do a Yoshi Woolly World 2, which I also really hope they would as well. So yeah. So the next one we've got is Pokken Tournament. So this one has already been ported and is shortly to be released on the Nintendo Switch. I really am looking forward to it. They've released a Pro Controller with regards to the Switch version as well, which is pretty similar to the Wii Pro Controller that came, or the Wii U Pro Controller that came for it. I think it's going to be awesome when it comes out. I have pre-ordered it, and I've pre-ordered the Pro Controller with it as well. It looks really good, and yeah, this is already got. Then we have Super Mario Maker. So I don't think we're going to get a port of this. Just thinking about it, when you sit there and you're making these, for starters, you're sitting there and you have to have the console obviously in your hand on the Wii U. We've had this ported to the DS. It was good, but it really lacked the online mode, which means it kind of sucked a little bit because you missed part of the charm of the game. They could make a Super Mario Maker 2. They could literally add so many more features into it, and I really wouldn't put it past them. This is an amazing game, and I think it's such a big deal on the Wii U. But then, if they did it on the Switch, you'd have to have the console like undocked 24/7, and I don't think Nintendo are happy to do that right now. They don't want a completely undocked game. The whole idea of the Switch is that you switch between two. So in regards to that, I don't think we're going to see a Super Mario Maker port. I don't think they'd put it on even the eShop for the moment. But it's a shame. I do love this game, but what can we do? So the next one I have here is Disney Infinity. So I absolutely adore this, and I have every single character and every single power disc bar 3, if I'm completely honest, which the normal ones that I need are the Dipper ones, and then I just need the really expensive Mickey Mouse one, and I'm just going to look at that one and pour at the screen like it's never going to happen. So I'm not going to lie, this franchise is pretty much dead. It doesn't really work anymore. Like, you can still play it. Like, I can play this on this console, I've got it on the 3DS, I've got it on the Xbox, but yeah, it's pretty dead. They're not bringing this back, just like I'm pretty sure they're killing off Lego Dimensions, but yeah, it's had its day, not getting a port. So this one is Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. I would love this to get a port. I think Nintendo should cut their losses, just stick it up either for free because it sold so badly and it would be just a free game that people would download, or they should put it for like $4.99 to a $5. The likelihood of this getting a pull is like slim to none. This is one of my favourite games, and I know like so much controversy, people are going to be like, really? It sucked. But yeah. Sorry, my screen was like, you've got 10%, so. But yeah, so this is not going to get a pull. It's sad, but I wish it would, but it's not going to. The next one we have is Resident Evil Revelations. So again, Resident Evil is back. It's back with a boom. I've literally been sitting there playing Resi 4, like just to complete it, just for the nostalgia feeling. But no, this isn't going to get ported. I wish it would. It's been put on so many platforms anyway. I think it would be a good concept. You'd be able to move, use the camera just like you did the Wii U, but no, this isn't going to get a port. So the next one we have is New Super Mario Bros. U, and this is one that includes it's one disc, and it is, you get Luigi U as well. And to be honest, I'm going to throw this one in as well because yeah, I bought them separate because I wanted them separately, mainly because it's in a pretty green case. Yeah, it's fine, you can look at me that way. Will these games get a pull? This one, again, I think no. Mainly because the same reason as the other Mario game, too close to the release date of Odyssey, and they're not going to do it for at least a couple of years. It's not going to happen. Then we come to this one. This is a Luigi special one, and why I think this is more likely, I also think you've got more chance of seeing Luigi's Mansion 2, or we've had that on the Switch, on the 3DS, but Luigi's Mansion Switch version, and I would absolutely adore that if that happened, but we can keep our fingers but crossed. So the next one we have is Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two. So these games are absolutely amazing, wonderful and brilliant. If you haven't played them, I really suggest it. I really hope I don't think we'd get a port of this game, but I do think, worst comes to worst, they should put this up on the eShop. I think it would sell very well. I think, okay, they'd have to change a few of the systems, but, you know, so, and it would have to depend. I think maybe you'd have to choose if you want to switch between games or play it completely unswitched to get, undocked, sorry, just to get, like, different, like, controls. But you could do that on the 3DS anyway. You have on the Resident Evil game for the 3DS original mode, or you have the new mode, and the new mode utilises the touchscreen. I don't see why they couldn't do that on some of these games, and this one included. I hope this one gets at least an eShop sale. It would be definitely very good. So I have a handful of games left now, so we're going to grab this one. So The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Why I would love for this one to be ported to the Switch, I don't think they will. In my personal opinion, they've ported this one to so many consoles. It's on the Wii, Wii U, 3DS. So that's 3 of their consoles already. I feel like while yes, this would sell quite well, and yes, they have re-released the Amiibo that came with this game if you've got the limited edition, which is Link as the wolf. I also feel like it's kind of had its day in that sense. I feel like if it gets released, it'll be very, very far into the future of the Switch, just to fill out the library. Do I think it would get even an eShop sale? At this moment in time, no. They're trying to sell the new Zelda so badly, I don't think they would stick this one, which is pretty similar to the new one, up. I just don't think they will. Again, the same with this one. This is Zelda The Wind Waker HD. Exactly the same reason. I feel like while it's a very different story, this utilises the touchscreen. This one's so much more. I feel like they'd have to change so much in regards to it. I don't think they will. Then the last 2 games I have are just really oddballs that were really cheap. So that's the only reason I've got them. So you have NBA 2K13. Do I think they port this one? No. Do I think there's going to be probably another NBA game on the Switch? Yes. They come out on most platforms, most consoles. Pretty much you're going to see plenty of sports games. So the next one I have is Devil's Third. This is actually an amazing game, and I would really love it to come out. I think in regards to this one, it did sell reasonably well, and I also think they did very well in kind of just stocking up and just selling it. It said even this one again for like a tenner on the eShop would be so good. And I think a lot of people would buy it, and a lot of people would play it, and it would create love for a game that maybe quite a few people do know about, but there's quite a few people that don't know about it. So that is completely all my Nintendo Switch Wii U games that I would hope to be ported to the Switch, or that I know is not going to be ported to the Switch, which is sad, but that's why I have them on the Wii U. Let me know if there's any games that you think I've missed, or if there's any games that you want to be ported to the Switch, or maybe you just want an eShop release. Completely understand, and we cross our fingers for all of these games. But let me know in the comments down below what you think, and don't forget, if you liked this video, to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. But thanks very much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. So